creators of true zombie narratives are always ambiguous about the true cause of the zombie infestation. This motif was established in Romero's The Night of the Living Dead. The guy on the radio floats the hypothesis that it was caused by radiation fallout from a recent space probe. But this is just pure conjecture on his part, and the movie doesn't ever come back to the cause. The films of Italian director Lucio Fulci vividly illustrate the irrelevance of causality. In his movie Zombie 2, for instance, the origin of the zombie outbreak shifts from a pagan curse at the beginning of the movie to a contagious disease later in the same film. Talk about evasive. Robert Kirkman, the creator of the Walking Dead comic book series, is also resistant to focusing too much attention on the cause. When he was asked about how this whole mess started in the first place, Kirkman pushed back saying, "That starts to get into the origin of all this stuff." And I think that's unimportant in the series itself. There will be smaller answers as things progress, but never will we see the whole picture. This is an important quality of true zombie narratives. The cause is never certain, and that's because it's not important. It's not important because zombie stories are really always about the effects and not the causes of the zombie infestation. And I believe there is another reason why we don't know where zombies come from. If zombie movies gave us a rationale for the ambulatory dead, then they would necessarily be attributing meaning to the calamity. So for example, if the zombies are caused by a botched up viral or biochemical experiment, then the zombies would be a warning about humanity's hubris and the dangers of unchecked scientific advancement. It would serve as a cautionary tale about the consequences of tampering with nature, and this would make zombies mean something. Or maybe if the zombie apocalypse was caused by the intentional or accidental release of a bioweapon, this cause would highlight the destructive potential of human conflict and the moral implications of weaponizing pathogens. Again, the zombies would mean something. Or maybe zombification stems from a mutation caused by environmental degradation or by a natural disaster. If this were the cause, then the zombies would mean that we better evaluate humanity's relationship with the environment and the consequences of ecological destruction. Whatever the cause. Alien invasion or interference, supernatural or occult forces, technological malfunction or AI rebellion. If you give the zombies a specific cause, you give them a specific meaning. And we just can't have that. The lack of meaning is at the heart of zombie narratives. It is no accident that George Romero's Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968, and it was in the 1960s when the ideas of postmodern philosophy finally worked their way down to the level of popular culture. Postmodern philosophy questions the existence of absolute truths and meanings. It generally argues that meanings are subjective and contingent upon individual perspectives and cultural contexts. As a culture, we began to accept that there's no overarching meaning that is true for all humanity. Rather, we make up our own meanings as individuals. Most of us don't think too hard about this. If we did, it might freak us out. And so we suppress it. And we live our lives as humans have always done, as if there is such a thing as truth, and that our lives mean something. And this is where zombies come in. While we're trying to ignore them, the zombies force us to look at the possible implications of the postmodern ideas that we passively accept and suppress. Remember, monsters show up when we suppress things. So we have this sense of meaninglessness because of our postmodern ideas. But postmodernism isn't the only thing that makes us feel meaningless. Secularization also contributes to our overall sense of the flatness of life. Religion provided an overarching meaning and purpose to life, but with the rise of secularism and the decline of traditional religious beliefs in our culture, many of us might feel less significant. Another reason that we might feel as if life has no meaning is consumerism. Our society is a consumer-driven society. We emphasize material wealth, status, and consumption. Our lives are spent getting and spending, and this locus can feel hollow, especially when compared to our deeper existential concerns. We do our best to ignore these feelings, but the zombies don't allow us to ignore them. In today's digital age, individuals are inundated with vast amounts of information from all kinds of sources. This information overload can lead to fragmentation and a lack of coherence in our understanding of ourselves and the world. As a result, people may struggle to discern or construct meaningful narratives amidst the noise and chaos of modern life. And then there's the existential angst we experience when we think about our mortality and the apparent randomness of existence in a world without any transcendence. These are some of the reasons we may feel like there's no meaning in our lives. And this may be why zombies intrigue us. They show us a possible picture of ourselves if we are actually as meaningless as we sometimes feel. But this gives us a glimmer of hope, doesn't it? it? We aren't zombies. We are more than zombies, and our lives are appreciably better than the lives of zombies. Are the zombies then suggesting that we might be wrong about our meaninglessness? Are they telling us, if you're not like us, you probably have meaning? So here's my conclusion. The consistent ambiguity surrounding the cause of the zombie infestation places the attention on the imminent struggle of the human protagonists and away from the cause, for which transcendent explanations would have to be too seriously considered. And until we honestly look at why zombies are here, well, then they are going to be around for a long time, I think. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.